Hello and welcome to another Bushwhacker review. Today we are going to be taking a look at Ross Chastain's Onyx Homes COTA Win Elite for 2022. As always, take a quick look at the box, just the generic Elite box with the race winner sleeve. Like I said before, that's all we're getting now for race versions. It's just a little sleeve on the side of the box. They made a total of 564 of these things. That's pretty high for an Elite car. Most time Elites are only like 100, 120 and such. Got our CCA Elite and all that generic stuff. Really not a whole lot to take a look at with the box anymore, as I keep saying. Here is the car itself. A beautiful paint scheme for Ross Chastain's first career Cup victory, which he won in thrilling fashion, outdueling AJ Allmendinger and Alex Bowman. Definitely caused some controversy. As you know, he did punt AJ Allmendinger out of the way. AJ Allmendinger spun, and he finished like 22nd, I think. But honestly, it was all fair game in my book. Allmendinger did move him out of the way like a few turns earlier, and the only reason that Allmendinger actually spun was because Alex Bowman was, catching them and was, trying to steal another victory. So, if Alex Bowman wasn't there, AJ Allmendinger would not have spun. It's just the fact when he got hit by Chastain, he slid into Bowman and then bounced off Bowman and spun. So, I don't know if you can really blame Chastain, because people were like, Chastain wrecked him, and I don't know. He didn't really wreck him. That is only because Alex Bowman there, but I don't know. It was definitely a very, memorable finish. That's one of those they're going to be playing for a long time. And like I said, this is a brand new paint scheme. Like, this is the only way to get this paint scheme in diecast form. This is one of those race versions that is a unique paint scheme. And also very interesting enough is that Daniel Suarez at Sonoma a few months later got his first career Cup race, also at a road course, and it was in this exact same paint scheme. It had a few little changes, like for some reason, instead of the chrome number on the side of this one, Suarez elected for a bright neon, like Menards yellow number. Not really sure why that happened. Also, his side sponsor was different, where this one has iFly on the side. His had, like, Renew or something on the side, but it was the same paint scheme. So that's going to be cool when that comes out, to have a set of matching paint scheme first win diecast. Anyways, this of course, come with a few things. You got your Elite Certificate of Authenticity. And you have your race-winning stat card. Great shot of the car, ghost into the background there. There are your stats if you want to read that. A lot of people forget how dominant he was in this race. Like I said, he led almost half of the laps of this race. He led 31 out of 69 laps. Nice. Anyways, here is the car itself. Like I said, this is a unique paint scheme. It's a beautiful paint scheme. You got the matte black and red with like the, camo color. You have a chrome side number right there. Just a beautiful, beautiful paint scheme. Like I said, I love when race versions like this do have something unique with them, like the way this is the only way to get the paint scheme. Definitely a lot more fun than if you just won in like the Advent Health car or something. Honestly, both of his wins this year are paint schemes you can't get otherwise. Because his Moose, well, I guess not anymore, because they made the Checkers or Wreckers Martinsville wall right of the Moose, but at the time, they canceled the clean Moose and only made the Talladega win. So at the time, that was a unique car, but then I completely forgot about that Checkers or Wreckers, so it's no longer unique. I guess it's unique in the way that it doesn't have playoff markings. I don't know. But anyways, let's get down to sponsors. On the hood, you have Onyx Homes and iFly. Got the Trackhouse Racing logo right there and a number 1. Down the side, you have iFly Indoor Skydiving. You got Advent Health down there, and you got Siemens on the back. On the C post, you have beamoose.org. And on the B post, you have Chevrolet, Moose, and Advent Health. Ross Chastain's name with the little melon man on the name rail. Like I said, beautiful chrome number. Luckily, this diecast, happened before they jumped the price on the chrome number diecast. So this one's still normal priced. Has your regular contingencies and such up front. Does have Chastain's name on the windshield, but you can't really see it. On the back, you have Onyx Homes, number 1, Trackhouse, and Chevrolet Camaro. Why does it look like it's, like, slanted or something? Something does not look straight on the back of this. Is it just the fact this is an Elite? Is this just not down all the way? I don't know. Anyways, on the deck lid, you have iFly, and on the roof, you have Onyx Homes. Because you can't see the DIN number in the back, they've been putting the DIN number kind of like the trucks, where it's down in there. This is number, 403, I think. So if you're ever wondering if you can't find the DIN number on the back anymore, just look in the inside of the side window. But And then that is the regular stuff down the other side. Take a look under the hood if it wants to open, which it does not. These Elite hoods are always harder to open even more because there's, you know, less stuff. Yeah, whatever. This hood's not going to open. Guess we'll just skip that part. Anyways, the deck lid, of course, is open because it is an Elite. Got your typical fuel cell and such back there. The roof flaps, of course, do open. And there's the underside of the car if you want to see that. You see these with the Elites, they do still have it printed on the bottom, too, if you want to know your DIN number. Well, that wouldn't give you the whole DIN number, just what actual number it actually is. But now let's get down to the part everyone's waiting for, and that is the damage and such. This is a black matte finish car, so you can't really see a lot of the dirt and grime, except for stuff like, you know, you can see some in the, you know, grill right there. The grill and the, you know, brake vents and everything. As I already said, this car is very piled with green and white Texas-shaped confetti. They are the little Texas shapes like they've been doing in Texas Motor Speedway for a while. It's kind of fun. It does have the windshield wiper printed on the windshield too right there. Like, so other than that, there's, like I said, there's a little confetti around the car too, but you're not going to see a lot of the dirt and stuff except for the front end right there. Interesting enough, this doesn't have the carbon fiber pattern on the splitter. Did they stop doing that? Or did Lionel just stop doing that? Who knows? It does have the updated correct metallic silver rims. Once again, much like the Penske chrome rims, I don't really see any, like, you know, brake dust or anything on these, but it's kind of hard to tell. Down the side, not a whole lot of damage, more confetti and such. You got a little bit of a mark right there next to Siemens. Maybe that was where Allmendinger moved him. I don't know. On the back, you have a few little crumples and stuff. It's kind of hard to tell with the camo, but there's a little mark right there. Except really not a whole lot to talk about as far as damage goes on this car. You see the lettering is a little bit rubbed off. Has a little marker on the tire right there. More confetti, you know, down there. This also doesn't have the that little other vent printed like they did with some of the early race versions for some reason. That's also not carbon fiber. Did they stop doing the carbon fiber pattern? Like I said, I'll have to look at a photo of this car. Is it like, did they just stop doing that in actual real life, or did Lionel just stop doing that? Other than that, that's about it. Like I said, you get this car more for the paint scheme and the fact it's his first win and a thrilling finish. So this isn't one of those cars if you're just, you know, you're only looking for those race versions that have a lot of noticeable damage and stuff. This definitely is not the one for you. But so Chastain and Trackhouse Racing is really, you know, the standout new team of the year. Like last year, they, you know, had a couple races. You had like Suarez doing pretty well in the Bristol Dirt Race and such. Like there was a couple times the Trackhouse was looking interesting in 2021, but like, boy, did they just take a huge leap in performance this year. It went from a team that, you know, barely even couldn't really win a race, didn't make the playoffs or anything, to a team that won 3 races across both of their drivers and made it to the Final Four, nearly winning the championship. Like, I don't think anyone would have expected that out of Trackhouse this year, especially not out of Chastain. People are already kind of giving up on Chastain because, you know, that's pretty much all anyone does in NASCAR anymore. Any of the NASCAR fans, just like if you don't immediately win like 5 races, you're just done. I've never understood that, but like when they first announced that Chastain got the ride, I know a lot of people are like, oh, why would you waste it on Chastain? And then, what do you know? They definitely didn't waste it. He ended up being immediately better than Suarez, but whatever. Hopefully they can continue this performance. Hopefully, like, Trackhouse continues to win races and contend for, you know, championships and stuff. Chastain's got a decent amount of diecast getting produced this year. He has at least, like, what, like 6 or 7, I want to say? So we just got... They canceled his Tootsie's car from the fall Las Vegas race recently. That was very surprising. Chastain's not really a person who has, like, Cup diecast really every time they offer it, it's gotten made. He doesn't really have, like, a Cup diecast DNP. The only time one of his Cup diecast got offered and DNP'd was his primary McDonald's car that was kind of ugly, so I'm not really surprised about that one. But the fact his Tootsie's car, like, as popular as Tootsie's is, and the fact that both of Suarez's got made the last 2 years, like, that's really surprising that Ross's didn't get made. Who knows, maybe it'll get saved. Anyways, if you want this card as a brand new release, you can get it right now. I'm kind of glad I ended up getting the Elite of this. I just decided to get the Elite because it was his first win or whatever, but it's been about 4 weeks now the Elite's been out. The ARC is still not out. Which, now that I said that, it's going to, Plan B is going to post it in the shipment tomorrow, but before I upload this, like usually happens. But, and this Elite is already gone. This already is going for like $200, so if you want this one, I would definitely say as soon as the ARC comes out, you probably want to grab it quickly because it's probably going to get rare pretty fast. Kind of the same deal with Kyle Busch's Bristol Dirtwind. That was one of those cars, like, within a couple days of coming out, it's already gotten, like, doubled in price. But this one is definitely going to be a popular one. A lot of people like Chastain. That Hail Melon move really just, elevated him to being a lot of fans. So there's a lot of people that want Chastain diecast right now, so these first couple that come out are going to disappear fast, and who doesn't like a good first win diecast, especially with a unique paint scheme like this? Remember, for all of your diecast needs, you can go to CircleBDiecast.com, and if you use the code BWhack, you can get $5 off shipping on any order over $30. Just go check that out if you want anything. But I'm going to trench others to say, this has been a review of Ross Chastain's Onyx Home / iFly COTA win from 2022. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.